Welcome, guys. This is Maddox. I'm broadcasting live today. Today is actually my birthday, according to my time right now. I am turning 25 today. But enough of that said. I've heard a lot of you guys having a lot of questions about Roblox, especially on Miners Haven. How to get a really good setup, especially whenever you're starting out, like on the first life and stuff like that. So, what I'm going to do is go through a walkthrough and show you guys what to do. And this is a simple setup, and it's just to get you up and going. Those of you who don't have very much money, this will come in handy to you starting out. So, first things first. Let's go ahead and let's get some money. I am a really high level, so I'm gonna spawn in some money real quick. It'll only take me literally just a few seconds to do so. But to show you, you start out with basic utensils, and you use those utensils to get everything that you need. But I'm doing this so that way I can buy the necessary setup that you're going to need. Okay, now, whenever you do your basic setup, you always want to go ahead and buy either industrial mines or get something of some sort inside of a cell. You want a cell furnace whenever you do this. The cell furnaces, they can produce quite a bit of money when you're starting out. And you want to stay away from remote mines, because remote mines, they can bring you a lot of money, yes, but they can tire you out. So that way, if you use something that constantly spawns out money, you can then be able to do all kinds of things. So, like for an example here, let me find an example. Let's start out with the most common thing that you can buy, which is if you have up in the trillions of dollars, you'll buy a sacrificial cell and let's see here. What's the most common ore that... Here you go. The Painanite mine. This is the most common setup of starting out if you can obtain it. This is perfectly fine. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to show you guys the benefit of it. Oh, it might work if I had it going in the right direction. Come on. There we go. Now, these guys drop 750 billion with the sacrificial cell and the Painanite. Those of you who are wanting to produce constant flow of money that's starting out, this is a good flow. This is a good start. Now, what I like to do is to keep something running like this while you're doing your setup. Okay? Now, a lot of people, they're like, well, I want QD, I want this, I want that. Well, let me tell you from experience, it's not going to be instant. It's not like what I just did at the very beginning of this video. I pressed my button a few times and then here I am. I've got SP right off the bat. You know, I didn't get there by overnight. I mean, look at my life. I'm at 512. So, starting out, you're not going to be able to afford all this because keep in mind, just the Painanite mine is 2.9 trillion. And the sacrificial cell is 54 trillion. So keep in mind what I said at the very beginning. Also, you want to use cell furnaces because they give you more value than your regular furnaces. Okay? And use industrial mines, the ones that you feed coal into. And that's what you want to look into. Now, my recommendation, I highly recommend those of you who manage to get UC, don't waste it on decoration. Decoration is the worst. Unless, of course, you are, high level and you don't need the rebirth anymore and you want to decorate your base, so be it. That's up to you. But I don't recommend buying decoration right off the bat because you are going to be just out of luck. Okay. Now, the most common things that I recommend people to get their hands on, and that includes opening up boxes, is the Industrial Rainbow Mine. This is going to be your money maker. This bad boy right here. Also, when you buy scanners or the upgraders, the professional upgrader is a must-have. These guys are amazing. They are reborn proof. So every time you reborn, you get these guys and you get to keep them. They're fantastic. So with that being said, that's my recommendation to keep. But since I've already gotten down pat of cell furnaces to get you started, let's show you a setup that will start producing a high amount. And keep in mind, this is a random amount. Sometimes they can range from thousands, all the way from thousands to all the way up to QN. Okay, this is that kind of range. It's very crazy when I say that, but when you see what I'm talking about, you'll understand. Now, when you do this setup, it's based off of what kind of ore that you have. And I recommend everybody to monitor what you get because everybody likes to line up. What's the most common thing I see? Where is it? There it is. The Freon Blast Upgrader. You put like 50 of these in a row and you're going to make massive amounts of money. You guaranteed, yada, yada, yada. No. Read the description. It says that it will upgrade up to 45% of any ore, and that top out limit is 500 million. So if your ore is already at 500 mil, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to produce anything for you once it reaches that limit. Keep that in mind. So each scanner and upgrader has limitations. Okay, but I'm going to show you a setup. Let me go through here. And yeah, okay. This is everything that I'm going to need. So this is the setup that I'm going to show you. What we're going to need to do the setup, now keep in mind this is as if you have a constant flow of money and you can afford this. Okay, now to start this out, you're going to need 10 cursed ore purifiers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 of those. Okay. Now you're going to need 10 of the digital ore cleaners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll need 6 Freon blasters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you also need 3 orbital upgraders. 2, 3. 3 flaming ore scanners. 1, 2, 3. And as far as Schrodinger's, you can only use up to at least 10, maybe 11. You can use as many as you want, but you're going to be waiting a long time. But you'll need at least 11 of these at the bare maximum that I've seen. 10 is alright, 9 is too less. So 10 and 11 kind of works pretty well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. These things, they can only scan the ore once, but they come in handy, so you'll need 3 of these. And the reason why is because if it misses one, it'll still get scanned by the other ones. So that's why you need 3. 1, 2, 3. And you need 30 of these, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. So with that being said, you got 30, and you need 3 ore zappers. 1, 2, 3. And now we need something to move this about. So my personal favorite is the plasma conveyors. Get about at least several of those. Now while I'm grabbing this, you guys need to realize that this is, again, if you have the money. Once you level up to where you can have constant flow of money, so that way you can buy these things. This is where this setup will come in handy. And something went wrong with the server where it's not letting me buy anything. I don't know why it's doing that. Great! Lost connection to the game. What a crack of baloney. But I don't know why it's doing this today, guys. Yesterday I tried to log on to broadcast to you guys and it wouldn't let me do it. And the stupid server kicks me off. I don't know why. Give me just a second, guys. Alright, I'm loading in. Hopefully nobody will glitch me out of this stupid game. I'm already losing my patience. Okay. Now, with that being said, where I left off. Okay. We need to have an ore replicator. So get one of those. And now you need a furnace. Now, of course, the best furnace that you can get your hands on is, of course, in order to get a best furnace, you have to reborn, because reborn is usually the best items. I mean, obviously, whenever I just hit one button and I get me like crazy. So, with that being said, it will be the Shrine of Penitence that I'm going to use today. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and let's see here. I think that is all that I'm going to use today. And I'm going to show you guys this setup. But let's go ahead and buy, you know what? I've got walls. So if you need to buy some walls, buy like 2 steel walls maybe, just in case, and you'll see why in just a minute. So let's go ahead and do this setup. The setup is, you go over here. This guy's gonna be following me around acting like a douche. Anyways, what you do, grab the cursed ore, okay? You want to measure it out, see how much distance that you're going to need. Okay, that will be good. So right around there will be fine. All right, now whoever is going to use whatever ore, you need to keep an eye on what value it is. Okay, and the best way to determine that is that you get your mine, and like for an example, I use uranium. Buy 2 or 3 of those. Okay. So what you do, let's see here. And I've only did 8 of those. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna have to buy some more because of it logging me out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. 29, 30. I think 30 will do. Let's do 30. That's fine. Okay, now we need our ores, so that way we can see what they're doing. So, put those out. There. 2 should be fine to get started. It's usually best to not put those down right away until after you get everything set up, but it's okay. I'm just using it as demonstration purposes. So you're going to put all these down first. Okay. Put these guys down all the way down. Right there. And now, as you can see, we have a gap, okay, which is fine. I don't care about the gap. So now we use this, a basic conveyor, and I like to go ahead and make a couple of copies of those. Let's go ahead and change it. Let's change its direction. Let's move it this way. I think that's far enough. And then we're going to change its direction back this way. And now we're going to use the... Where is that scanner at? There it is. I'm going all over the place. There we go. And those of you who are joining, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you guys watching. If it does lag, I do apologize. There's something going on with the server. I have no idea why, but please bear with me. Okay. Now, we move this down. And the Freon blasters, what I like to do is line everything up so that way it runs right down the middle. So there's one thing I forgot to mention for you guys to buy. Go to your conveyors, go right here, tiny conveyors. You need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And while you're at it, go ahead and buy a ramp. Okay. Now, I'm sorry guys if I lose connection. It might be because of a storm. We have a storm going on right now. And let's see here. Okay. Let's extend this out one more. There we go. Now, let's take our tiny conveyors right there. Make one go this way. Alright. Make the other one go that way. Make the other one go back this way. And then make the other one go back in the right direction. See, what happens is the ores line up somewhat in the center. Okay. Now we take the Freon blast upgraders. They're around here somewhere. I know I bought them. There they are. Okay. And then you put those in. 3, 1, 2. Whoops. 3. Okay. You just need those 3, or 6 rather. Once you get through with those 6, now it's time for the Schrodingers. Slam these guys down. Alright, now we're getting close to the edge. Now we need to turn this around like this. And remember that wall I told you to buy? Go ahead and put them up. Like this. Make sure it's right up against it. Because what happens is it bounces up against the wall and lands right onto the conveyor. And then basic conveyor. Alrighty. And then we finish this up. Now, all of these guys, put down these guys all the way down to the end. There we go, we're at the end. And we all know what this step's probably going to be, which is going to be the portable ore advancer. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. The reason why I told you to get 30 of these is because they can do the scan up to 30 times. So, alright, now what we're going to do is wrap this thing around. Oh, ran out. Make some copies real quick. Speed these up a little bit. To right there. And finish these out. We may have to get some more of these. We'll see. Probably. The cool advantage of these is that they act as blockers. So they really do come in handy. And continue. Alrighty. Looks like I'm getting to that point where I need to add more. Yep, I need to add more. Make some copies here. Alright, now I like doing this. This is a really good trick. And the reason why I use that ore is because it's big enough to get duplicated. Put the ramp going up. Okay. And then we're going to put the ore replicator right there. So that way it just touches it. Okay. But just enough space to put our conveyor down. As we put the conveyor down, we're going to go ahead and put our orbitals so that way that ore gets upgraded multiple times. And then, and what I like to do is time these. Time it just right so that way it's different. There we go. That way it's bound to get scanned. Okay. Now, same thing with this. Looks like we're going to have to wrap this around. Okay. So what I'll do is grab one of these. Shoot it back this way. Because we're not going to have enough room. It's okay. That's what conveyors are for. Alright. And last but not least, 1, 2, 3. Alright. And then put the furnace. And this is how you do the basic setup of obtaining a pretty good decent amount. Just as a demonstration of how much it would produce, let's wait for an ore to go through. This guy's probably thinking, man, this guy's rebirth to 512? No, it's a little bit different than that. And then it's going through. Looks like they got scanned. Burned. Looks like K. Like I said, there's going to be thousands, but it will range differently due to the Schrodinger's. The Schrodinger's is like a double-edged sword. Sometimes it will give you low amounts or it will give you high amounts. Okay? This will take a while, but it will work. Okay? Now, we'll draw all these items. I'm going to show another setup. This other setup is using cell furnaces. Okay? Now, remember I said using the rainbow mines, and inside, you want to use those inside of the sacrificial cells. Those will provide the maximum amount of money that you can get until you can rebirth again, until you can save up and get better stuff, or reborn and get better items. The most common cell furnace that you're going to end up having that you can afford as far as starting out would be the regular cell furnace, and then when you get 50 mil, the quantum processor or something like that, or just a regular cell processor. Now, you always want to use, like I said, industrial mines because they can produce massive amounts very quickly, very rapidly with coal. Now, the one thing I don't like seeing people do is to put like a whole row of conveyors leading to the industrial mine from one side of their base to the other, and they have coal lined up. But I'm going to show you the reason why I say not to do that. Because coal, if it's not burned or used within a certain amount of time, it goes away. It fades. And to prove my point, I'm going to line this up all the way to the back. Just right here. And I'm going to put a basic coal mine down if I've got one. I'm just going to buy one. Just as a representation. And it's going to drop. There it goes. Yep. You must have patched it. And I guess he did patch it. Before, you couldn't do it. Yeah, well, everybody just ignore what I said. I guess he did patch it. But another reason why that I don't like seeing long rolls of coal is because the industrial mines cannot process all that coal very quickly. The rule of thumb that I've seen is at least 2 conveyors, like for an example here. Let me use the Rainbow Mine as an example because the Rainbow Mine is a industrial. So, there it is. Y'all probably laughing at me because I'm passing it several times. Okay. Now, I like to put 1, 2, and just for your sake, I'll buy some more of these coal mines. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I put 5, sometimes I'll put 6, but this is more than enough to start producing. It's a steady flow and it doesn't overload your system, okay? There is an ore limit, and there's an ore limit of the whole entire server, so you can glitch the server if you put too much. I've seen it happen. It'll lag everybody out of the game, and it's no fun. But doing that, you can produce quite a bit if you get like a cell furnace. For an example, this is a sacrificial cell, but you can make a lot of money, and this is billions. And that's using the Rainbow Mine. Like I said, the Rainbow Mine will be a very good profit for you if you can get your hands on one. And you can take it with you. But guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that setups and the advice I gave you. These are basic helps. These will allow you to gain quite a bit of profitability pretty quickly. Granted, it's not going to be the best thing out there, just because of the fact being it's a low life type situation, where if you're a low life, it's going to take a while to build up. But as always, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you want to see this video and you can't see it on Twitch, pardon me. If you can't see it on Twitch, it will be on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. Maddox, the Punishment Caller. MATTX, the Punishment Caller. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you subscribing to both of my channels here from Twitch and on YouTube. As always, play games and take names. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.